Donald Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in New York City. He grew up in a wealthy family involved in real estate business. His father, Fred Trump, built apartments and housing projects in New York. From a young age, Donald saw how deals and business worked. He watched negotiations, construction projects, and financial decisions around him. This environment shaped how he thought about money and success. Competition became an important part of his personality during childhood. He always wanted to win and stand above others. As a boy, Donald had strong energy and a very competitive character. His parents believed he needed more discipline and stronger structure. At age 13, they sent him to military academy. Life there was strict and required discipline, focus, and obedience. Students followed rules and faced consequences for poor behavior. This environment helped shape his confidence and leadership style. He learned discipline, competition, and how to perform under pressure. These traits stayed with him for the rest of life. But Trump was not dreaming about politics at that time. After school, Donald studied economics and business at university. He later joined his father's real estate company in New York. This became the beginning of his business career and public image. Unlike his father, Donald wanted bigger and more famous projects. He did not want building only apartments in outer neighborhoods. He wanted skyscrapers, luxury hotels, and massive landmark properties. He wanted projects that people would talk about everywhere. And he wanted the Trump name to become globally famous. Soon, Donald began making aggressive moves in real estate. He entered Manhattan, one of the toughest business markets in America. Many people saw him as bold, confident, and highly ambitious. He understood something many businessmen missed during those years. Success was not only about money or buildings. It was also about image, attention, and public perception. He learned how media attention could create massive business power. That lesson would later help him far beyond business. Soon, Donald Trump would become far more than a businessman. After joining the family business, Donald Trump wanted much bigger challenges than his father pursued. He believed New York City offered greater opportunities for fame and wealth. Manhattan represented power, money, and global business attention during those years. Trump wanted projects that would make headlines across the entire country. He was not satisfied with quiet business success behind closed doors. He wanted people to see his buildings and remember his name. Brand recognition became almost as important as financial profit itself. This thinking would shape every major decision in his career. One of his biggest early successes involved renovating old major properties. He helped transform aging buildings into luxury spaces with modern appeal. These projects increased his reputation as an ambitious real estate developer. Many people admired his boldness and willingness to take huge risks. He often borrowed large amounts of money to finance big deals. This strategy allowed faster growth but created serious financial pressure. Trump believed taking large risks could create enormous rewards later. That mindset helped build his empire but also created future problems. Soon, the Trump name appeared on luxury towers and hotels. Trump Tower became one of his most famous properties in New York. The building represented luxury, wealth, and powerful branding strategy. Its gold interiors and expensive design attracted attention from media. Trump understood visual image extremely well during this period. He knew people often connect luxury with success and power. The Trump brand became associated with wealth and big ambition. His public image continued growing stronger across America every year. But Trump wanted more than buildings and hotels. During the 1980s, Trump expanded into casino business. He opened major casino properties in Atlantic City and invested heavily there. Casinos promised huge profits and even greater public. Trump believed gambling industry could increase both wealth and influence. For some time, these businesses brought major attention and large revenues. His lifestyle became famous for luxury, private jets, and expensive properties. Magazines often featured him as symbol of wealth and success. To many people, he looked unstoppable during those years. But rapid growth created dangerous levels of debt behind scenes. Large loans became difficult to manage when markets turned unstable. Several Trump businesses began facing serious financial pressure and losses. Some casino companies eventually entered bankruptcy during difficult years. This shocked many people because Trump seemed untouchable before. Critics said his empire might collapse under massive financial problems. Many believed his career as major businessman was finished. It looked like his rise might end in failure. But Trump did not disappear after financial disaster. Instead of leaving public life, Trump rebuilt his image. He negotiated deals, restructured debt, and protected his personal brand. Even during financial struggles, he remained highly visible in media. He understood attention could be as valuable as money itself. This ability to stay relevant became one of his greatest strengths. He turned controversy into publicity again and again successfully. Few public figures used media attention as effectively as Trump. And soon, he would become famous for something unexpected. Trump entered entertainment and became a major television. His fame grew even more through The Apprentice. The show presented him as powerful businessman judging ambitious contestants. Millions watched him make decisions and deliver famous dramatic lines. His phrase, "You're fired," became known across the country. The show strengthened his image as tough and decisive leader. Many Americans knew him more from television than real estate. The businessman had become a national celebrity and cultural figure. Soon, Donald Trump would make his biggest move yet, into politics. For many years, Donald Trump talked publicly about politics and national issues. He often shared strong opinions about trade, immigration, and American leadership. Television interviews gave him large platforms to express those views. Many people saw him as outspoken, confident, and highly controversial. He rarely spoke like traditional politicians during public discussions. His style was direct, aggressive, and designed to capture attention. Supporters saw honesty and strength in his communication style. Critics saw division, controversy, and constant political conflict instead. For years, many people wondered if Trump would run for president. Some believed he only enjoyed media attention and publicity. Others thought he seriously wanted political power and national influence. The question remained unanswered for a long time. Then everything changed during a major announcement in 2015. Trump officially announced his campaign for President of the United States. That moment shocked many political experts across America immediately. Few believed he had a real chance of winning. Most experts predicted his campaign would fail quickly. Trump entered a crowded Republican primary against experienced politicians. Many opponents had years of government and policy experience already. Trump had never held elected office before entering the race. That made him unusual compared with almost every major candidate. Political analysts expected his campaign to collapse under pressure. Instead, something surprising started happening across the country. Large crowds began attending his rallies in huge numbers. His message started connecting with millions of voters. His campaign slogan became famous across the world. "Make America Great Again" appeared on hats, signs, and shirts everywhere. The message was simple, emotional, and easy to remember. Trump promised stronger borders, better trade deals, and economic growth. He spoke directly to voters who felt ignored by politicians. Many working-class Americans strongly connected with his message of change. He presented himself as outsider fighting against political establishment. That image gave him powerful momentum during the campaign. Trump used media differently from traditional political candidates. He dominated television coverage and social media conversations. Almost every statement created headlines across news networks. Supporters admired his ability to challenge political norms. Critics argued his words created fear and deep polarization. But one fact became impossible to ignore during campaign season. Trump controlled public attention more than any other candidate. And attention became a powerful weapon in modern politics. Then came the election that shocked the world. In 2016, Trump faced Hillary Clinton in the final presidential election. Most polls predicted Clinton would win the election. Many media organizations expected Trump to lose that night. Political experts repeated those predictions for many months. As votes came in, something unexpected became increasingly clear. Trump was winning key states across the country. State after state changed the direction of election night. Tension grew as millions watched results unfold live. Then the historic result became official. Donald Trump won the presidential election. The businessman and television celebrity had done the unthinkable. He became the 45th President of the United States. The result shocked political experts and global observers everywhere. Supporters celebrated what they saw as historic victory. Critics worried deeply about America's future under his leadership. No matter the opinion, history had changed completely. Trump entered the White House as one of the most unusual presidents ever. He had no military background and no political office experience. Yet he now held one of the world's most powerful positions. His presidency would become intense, controversial, and impossible to ignore. Every decision would receive massive global attention and strong reactions. His supporters expected major change in American politics and policy. His critics prepared for years of political conflict ahead. The businessman had become President of the United States. But Trump's most controversial years were still ahead. From his first days in the White House, Donald Trump governed differently from previous presidents. He moved fast, made bold decisions, and often ignored political traditions. His leadership style remained direct, aggressive, and highly unpredictable. Supporters saw strength and decisive action in this approach. Critics saw chaos, conflict, and growing political division instead. Almost every speech or decision created intense public reaction. Very few presidents generated such strong emotions on both sides. Trump's presidency quickly became one of the most controversial in modern history. One major focus of his presidency was the economy and business growth. Trump pushed tax cuts and policies designed to encourage investment and jobs. Supporters argued these policies helped businesses and strengthened economic activity. They praised his focus on markets, trade, and American industry. He also pushed an "America First" approach in global politics. This meant prioritizing American interests in trade and international agreements. Many supporters liked this strong national focus and direct messaging. They believed he fought for workers ignored by traditional politicians. But Trump's presidency was never only about policy. Controversy followed him almost every single year in office. His words on social media often created major national debates. Statements made online frequently dominated news cycles worldwide. Supporters appreciated his unfiltered communication with the public. Critics argued his words increased anger and deepened division. Political conflict in America became more intense during these years. Trust between opposing groups continued weakening across the country. The nation often felt deeply divided on major issues. Trump also had major impact on global politics and diplomacy. World leaders watched his actions carefully because America influences global. He challenged old alliances and changed relationships with several countries. Some leaders respected his tough negotiation style and confidence. Others worried about unpredictability in major international decisions. His foreign policy created both support and serious criticism. Whether admired or criticized, he remained impossible to ignore. His influence reached far beyond the United States alone. Then came one of the hardest periods of his presidency. The COVID pandemic created massive global crisis during his presidency. Governments everywhere faced enormous pressure and difficult decisions. America experienced economic disruption, fear, and intense political arguments. Trump's handling of the crisis became heavily debated and criticized. Supporters defended his decisions during an unprecedented global emergency. Critics argued his response increased confusion and public mistrust. The crisis became one of defining moments of his presidency. It intensified political tensions already present in the country. In 2020, Trump ran for re-election against Joe Biden. The election became one of the most intense in American history. Millions followed every debate, speech, and news update closely. After votes were counted, Trump lost the election. But controversy did not end after the results became official. Disputes about the election created even more national tension. The country remained deeply divided after the election ended. Political conflict continued long after voting day passed. Yet Trump's story did not end with leaving office. Even after his presidency, Trump remained one of the most influential figures in America. He continued dominating headlines, public debate, and political conversations. Few former presidents stayed this central to national attention. Supporters remained fiercely loyal to him and his message. Critics remained equally strong in their opposition toward him. This level of influence is rare in modern political history. His presence continued shaping American politics in major ways. His story remained far from over. So how will history remember Donald Trump? That answer depends heavily on who is asked. Some will remember him as bold outsider who challenged the system. Others will remember him as deeply polarizing and controversial leader. Some will focus on economic policy and strong political messaging. Others will focus on division, conflict, and constant controversy. But one fact remains impossible to deny completely. Donald Trump changed American politics forever. He entered politics as businessman and celebrity, not traditional politician. Yet he reached the highest office in the United States. His rise proved media, branding, and public attention hold enormous power. His story showed how modern politics changed dramatically in the digital era. Love him or hate him, people continue talking about him constantly. Very few leaders leave such powerful mark on history. The businessman became president, and changed politics forever. That is why Donald Trump remains one of the most unforgettable figures of this generation.